Remember I was telling you how you could do a decision tree? That's literally what this is. Somebody actually did all the things.
Why? For when you want to solve it?
I'll send this to my dad. He likes this type of
I got today's in 3.
Because of this?
No. I didn't watch the video. See, I'm only 2 minutes in.
As in like the one 11 minutes ago?
Man, you're really snooping, aren't you? I'm glad I didn't have any... yeah.
This is why he does everything in incognito.
Yeah. We've already caught him once, buddy.
Come on, sing along.
I don't know if I want to say these words. And you've heard of that before?
I have not.
Okay, alright, I could.
I'm the fucking baseline.
I don't know anything. How is it possible?
Chill.
4 times in a week and a half?
Chill.
Alright. Fact about the world I don't know? I'm supposed to be the guy that knows things. That's the one thing I have.
That's the moniker you gave yourself. It doesn't have to be you.
Well, if not that, what am I, Patrick?
Tall.
What am I? I'm tall. I'm the tall guy? My personality means nothing anymore?
What is your personality?
I'm just, my brain is nothing but a controller for my height.
We don't even know. Let's get started so we don't dilly-dally anymore. Back in the flow of things. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bonjour et bienvenue à TBD3B.
Welcome everybody to TBD3B. Did you say the episode number?
25, huh?
Very nice. I can't verify, but I'm assuming you said episode 25 because that would be correct. Welcome everybody back. We're back in person. First in-person episode of this season. It's good to be back, even though we've been back in person for like 2 weeks now. We just never recorded an episode for reasons.
Yeah, we were very busy with school starting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was moving back to Pittsburgh, getting reaccustomed. Yes, it's tough stuff.
Complications all around, but now we are here, and I think the first topic we should talk about. There's a couple things that we should talk about, including getting reacclimated to being in person. But the first thing, we're gonna connect it directly back to our previous episode where we said nothing has changed, right? I think we can revise that. Something has changed something's changed. Do you know what's changed?
I don't know. Enlighten me.
Well, I'm very impressed that you've stuck with your French learning for, what is this, 4 weeks?
Well, not straight. I had some gaps. I missed a couple Duolingos, some flashcards.
Did you have whole days where you didn't do any?
Didn't do anything? I don't think...
Each day you at least did something,
I think if you take any 24-hour period...
Okay.
At least somewhere in that 24-hour period, I will have done something. I think that's
okay. That's a good metric.
Not necessarily. Well, yes, necessarily by that measure.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you did every day something has some form of French learning has occurred.
Yes, maybe. Actually, maybe I have gone a whole day without not doing anything. That's possible.
Okay, well, I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to say that something's changed where you're actually sticking with a goal that you wanted to do, and it's been pretty successful, I've assumed. Seems like in daily conversation that we have, you're always spouting out some French now.
Just trying to say the words. It's hard, man. It's a tough language. C'est très difficile.
I don't know if you we talked about this in the previous podcast episode, but I know as kind of a joke, but then you kind of did it actually. You turned some of your computer settings into French.
Yes.
And some of your applications into French. How did that fare?
So to my surprise, it turned everything into French. So that was fun. And I know. Good thing about French is that half the words are like exactly the same as English, so you can kind of feel your way around. We do some muscle memory, you know. But then the school year started, and we had to download a bunch of software. And I don't know what the word is for like random, like very obscure software terms.
Do you know what the term for software is? Software
yeah,
with an accent.
very, very obscure software terms such as software.
Oh right? Shit! I thought that would be like a
one of the 1,200 most commonly used words in French. Yeah, I guess you would. Programme is program.
Okay.
I could tell you that, but that's not really what software is.
Well.
Yeah. So. Like mounting, I don't know what
I wouldn't even know if you just said that word out of context. I wouldn't even know that's associated with software.
Yeah, like mounting a file. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't know what it means.
When you say mounting, there can be different
connotations.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know?
Right. So the software related. See, that's an interesting thing, right? One English word can mean multiple different things, right?
Yeah.
So in some cases, the French word will have like it'll have a similar word, and it'll actually mean all of those different things as well. Which is like, you know, you don't expect that out of a language, you know.
So they're like super synonyms.
Yeah. Like super synonym. That's a great word, you know. Like for example, the word l'ordre, right? Ordre.
Okay.
Order. I don't know if I said that right. The double R kind of trips me up. Ordre. It means order. In every sense of the word, right? Like an order at a restaurant, an order that like a commander gives you, an order as in like everything is in order. Every meaning of the order, like even like awards, like you're the Order of the Phoenix or whatever, or like the classification, like an organization or whatever. Every meaning of the word order means the exact same thing in French, which is like cool, you know. But in other cases, not so much. And so we have like different words for like the different meanings. I can't think of like, I mean, there's lots of examples. I don't know, but
oh wait, you're saying this word in English has all these meanings, but then in French it's like separated, or you're saying
yeah. So the word in English will have multiple meanings. I mean, this is true for like any language, right? And each meaning will have like a different word in the other language. But also in the other language, you could have a word that means a bunch of things.
And it has different words in English.
It has different words in English.
Yeah.
So you have to like, there's like. So you have to do some symbol table realignment, you know, some linking or something.
Some kind of linking. Well, good thing that you know all about linking, right? You put yourself in a good situation for that. All these learning strategies that you're doing for French, what have you decided, like, what is the most effective one? So previously you did Anki, you did Duolingo. How have your opinions shifted on these? Have you added anything else?
So I've gotten lazier. So the ideal way is to do everything, you know?
Sure.
Sort of in a systematic, you know, routine manner. And it's sort of organized in order of precedence. But I don't do that, right? So precedence as in like, in terms of their usefulness, you know? For example, listening practice, extremely useful because French does not sound like English at all.
That's true.
It reads a lot like English. You can, even if you didn't speak any French at all, or have never seen French in your life, you can probably pick out a good chunk of the meaning just by reading. Especially if you know like another Romance language, like Spanish. But speaking... Oh man,
difficult.
Yeah, speaking and listening, the auditory ones are very difficult. So really, I should spend a majority of my time doing those things, but I don't. I spend the majority of my time doing my flashcards. Because the flashcards are easy and nice, and they're like, you know, very low stress. I just look up a card and I say the word, and then it's like, right.
I do know for speaking. You were talking with a language partner. How's that going?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We talked one time. It was hard. We said some words.
Like, did you manage to hold a conversation?
Not really.
Yeah.
There was lots of English. But, you know, she said I was doing all right for, you know, having only done it for 3 weeks. That was week 3. We are now on week
Isn't it 4 or 5?
5, I think.
Sounds like 5. Okay. Next week's sounds like it's due for another appointment.
Another try. Thing is, I haven't practiced any speaking or listening since, really. I mean, like, I've watched.
You haven't even been watching
my French in Action.
Yeah.
Honestly, French in Action is so good, and I don't watch the episodes because it's something about feeling uncomfortable. This is like this is like a thing with me, right? I guess with people in general.
I feel like it's with people in general. You don't want to do stuff that are like, even when you're learning something, you want to settle with the stuff that's more familiar and easy.
Mm-hmm.
So even though that's not like probably the best way to learn, what you want to focus on.
Exactement.
So the flashcards are like that crutch for you.
Because like flashcards are super easy, you know? I have like, that's just rote memorization. And rote memorization is like my thing, you know? So, I really enjoy those.
Yeah.
And it says I've learned 1,200 words, and I think I've actually learned 1,200 words. Like, I know 1,200 French words now. But I can't
putting them together.
Yeah, I can't hear them.
That's the tough part.
Oh, and then the Quizzic grammar. Did I tell you that I accidentally bought Duolingo Premium?
Yeah, you're. So you were. How did this happen? You accidentally bought Duolingo Premium.
Yeah. So
and how long?
Oh, 1 year.
All right.
I mean, so it was like a free trial, and then it's like the standard story of you do the free trial and then you forget, and then it buys it for you. I thought that was illegal now. You can't do that.
You know how I circumvent that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing, how I do this, it was like the same thing with Amazon Prime. It wasn't a free trial, or maybe it was like a discount, I think, if you're a student, right? For like or maybe I only need it for a month. The way I remind myself to cancel is I literally put it in Google Calendar. So that the day before it like refreshes or it charges your card, I like cancel it.
Smart. Yeah.
I don't want to get those fees, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was expensive too. It was like $80. Well, I mean, it's for a year, so I guess that makes sense.
Well, and are you taking advantage of that? What does Duolingo Premium give over
Almost
the
nothing.
core
That's the
experience?
thing. It's like garbage. Like, all the premium things you can get. Like there was this grammar thing that I used at the beginning called Quizzic. That would have been good. That I actually learned things with that, you know. And it's like very limited in the free version, but so that would have been like actually worth buying premium for. Duolingo, on the other hand, it gets rid of ads, and that's about it.
Don't you get like unlimited? I don't know if they have energy levels. It's like tries,
right,
stuff like that.
So every time you make so you get 5 hearts every day. And every time you make a mistake, you lose one of the hearts.
Duolingo is such a game, and then they gamify it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really easy as long as you don't make a mistake. You can play forever. But
people make mistakes.
Yeah, people make so they give you infinite hearts in the premium. So I guess that's good. So I'm like super careless now. I just like type whatever and hope it works. Oh, and that's the other thing. It's like super easy to game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like. What I did is I went down because I know a bunch of words now.
Yeah.
So I can like pick apart the meaning just by looking at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just scrolled down to like checkpoint 3. There's 10 checkpoints in total, so it's like 30% down the course. And then I like took the test to test out of everything up to checkpoint 3, and then I just pattern matched the words and got everything right.
Why don't you do that all the way up to like a higher checkpoint, like 5?
Yeah. I mean, I did 2 first.
Okay.
And I was like, that's interesting. But then today I did 3. So tomorrow I'll do 4. See what happens. Like, I mean, there's some things I didn't know. Like, apparently the word for honey is miel. Now I know.
All right. Do you see yourself in any situation using that word?
The word for honey?
Yeah. I feel like at a certain point, you're starting to learn words that are, it's like whenever you're learning a language, you got the 1,000 words, and this is going to be used in like 90% of conversation, and then the next like 4,000, it's only in like 5%.
Right.
You're like reaching that.
The problem is so That's good. I saw this on a Quora post. Okay.
All right.
And I thought it was very eloquently put, so I'm going to share it with the world now.
All right. Not sponsored.
So, yes, the 90% of the words that you see are just like the 1,000 most frequently used words.
Mm-hmm.
But the words that actually matter in the sentence are those 5%. You know.
Mm.
So the words that actually like give you the meaning of what they're trying to say, because most of the words are just like obstacles to get you there, you know?
Yeah.
Like you need an is somewhere there and it maybe, you know.
And maybe they're just adjectives.
Yeah, a couple of prepositions here, but that doesn't tell you anything, right? You want to know like what the I don't know, defenestration is. Like what is that, you know?
Right. You want to know like the nouns, the subjects, whatever the person is talking about. Makes sense. So, what do you think is your limit then? Like, are you going up to like 5,000?
I'm gonna get 5,000 one way or another.
Do you have enough flashcards for that? Because like, you're not making your own, right? You're
Correct.
getting them from
The
online.
title of this deck is the 5,000 most
Oh,
frequently.
okay. Well, you're set there. All right. So once you reach 5,000, that's supposed to be what percentage?
So 5,000. So there's this. So vocabulary and fluency are very different things, right? Fluency requires, to some degree, vocabulary, right? But it also requires you putting them together in the right way, right?
Put them together.
So that's like the hard part, the grammar and the fluidity with which you can, you know, do it, right? The spontaneity. So I told you at the beginning, right? There's this thing called CEFR.
I don't remember. What is that?
CEFR. It's the European.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It's like
it's
levels.
Standards, right? So it's a standard level for
language proficiency.
Sure, language proficiency. And so all that is to say that the number of words that you know is a weak measure of how proficient you are in the language, right?
Yeah.
But I did from another Quora post. The all-knowing Quora. You know, you can Google it. That's like the first thing that comes up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was like a chart that some random guy put. Who knows how credible he is? Of like the CEFR level and like the number of words known.
Yeah.
And 5,000 is like, you know, if you can actively know 5,000 words, that's like B2. That's like the third highest. You know?
Yeah. Well,
unfortunately, there's a lot of other stuff that has to get you to B2.
Yeah. It's not just that one thing.
Yeah. That's like fluent, basically. B2. B2 is independent user, upper intermediate, advanced. Yeah.
That's a lot of classifiers. You just said like 4 things.
So it's like I can watch Lupin and understand what they're saying. You know.
Okay, that's definitely high level.
Yeah, I can watch the news. You know.
Oh fuck, that's high level.
Like,
I feel like that's the ultimate test a lot of the time, the news, because it's fucking fast, and they don't give a fuck about foreigners learning the language because they're just trying to communicate what's happening.
And anything can happen too.
That's true.
You're talking about the geopolitics of the Ukraine situation.
You get a bunch of vocab thrown at you.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
And for a variety of topics too, right? It's not just like the stuff that you know.
Yeah.
It could be anything, literally anything. A puppy just stuck in a tree, you know? Local news you're watching.
A puppy stuck in Ukraine.
Yeah. Poor puppy in Ukraine.
All kinds of things can happen. Super unfortunate. When you were talking about Quora, Quora is one of those things that is so useful, but it has that one thing where you click on it once, and if you stay on the site, you can't click on any other questions. And that always really annoyed me because the Quora answers are actually quite useful a lot of the time.
I don't know, but anybody can answer on Quora, right?
I know.
It's like Yahoo.
But if I'm looking for something else, Yahoo answer. Dude, I feel so sad now. They never show up in like the search bar because I think they like shut it down, right?
Yeah.
I used to get that all the time for searching things up. Unfortunate. Well, the other part besides just learning the words, you were saying you need to use those words as blocks build them together, develop the fluency in that aspect, right? And that usually is only done through talking. Have you, besides this language partner that you're already talking to, do you know the language exchange subreddit?
Yes, I am familiar.
Did you ever think of using that?
I did think. I always think.
Mm.
I always think and then don't act.
And then don't act.
This is the
Unfortunately.
story of my life. Especially when the acting involves interacting with other people. That's bothering them. Because that means like I'm committed, you know? I have to go through.
Yeah.
That's like you know, you hear the story with the general and he like burns the bridge behind him. So the you know, they can't
So
go
he
back.
can't
Or like
retreat.
Cortez and burning the boats so that his troops can't flee
Oh,
back
yeah.
to whatever.
Yeah.
That's like when when somebody's like engaged with you.
Yeah.
There's like a social responsibility, right? for you
Well,
to
I feel
keep
like
up
that
with
will
them.
help you. So you
Yeah,
actually
well, I
feel
don't want to be
obligated.
helped. That's the thing, right?
If you really want to learn, you know.
That's like back against the wall. Like you have to, you know.
Well, listen. It's a two-way street. You get to help them with English as well, because that's likely what you would be offering. Spanish.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you know, you're helping someone else out on the other end as well. Maybe that could motivate you as well.
Mhm.
Reason I brought that up is also because I myself have posted and found a partner on Language
Oh,
Exchange
really?
because I think in a previous podcast when we were talking about New Year goals, I did say I want to like improve my Chinese, right? And my previous plan was mainly doing that with vocabulary flashcards, but I myself, I want to improve my actual conversational ability, right? So I felt I had the motivation to do it. I literally created a Reddit account.
Just for that?
Not just for this. I had one before, but this I think was my first post.
Oh,
This
really?
is my first post on the Reddit account on this subreddit looking for a language partner. So I'm committed now. What's funny is I matched with two people. Like I matched with one person first and then a second person messaged me and then I was like, fuck, that would be mean if I just said no.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
You have
gosh.
2 partners now.
Yeah, and I haven't even talked with any of them yet.
Ooh.
We're planning to do our first conversations within this week. The reason I couldn't last week is because of a certain OS project that I was working on the whole entire time.
The whole
Homework.
week it was prohibiting you.
The nights, like I didn't work on the project every day, but I did work on it for nights usually. And like the only nights I had free, the reason I have to focus on the nights, I'm saying the nights, is because one's in Taiwan, other's in China. So the time zone differences are there, which means it's like me at night, them in the morning. It can't be in the middle of the day because for either of us, one of us would be asleep, which is so I might have to do it in the morning as well. Luckily, hopefully I don't have to wake up that early. I don't know. We'll have to see. But
Yeah,
that is. I'm committed now. I'm in that boat that you were talking about, where I have a social obligation. I can't back out now.
Maybe I should. But then I have to actually learn French. Oh no.
Well, listen. All right. Besides just helping the other person, right? You're gonna be making an investment for when you actually go to France, and you're not at that point. You're not only going to be helping yourself. You're going to be helping your friend as well, who's going with you, because he's not learning French, right?
So
you're
you'll
gonna
learn eventually. Maybe not.
yeah. Do you think he's gonna be able to get to a level? Do you think he's gonna get to where you're at?
Where I'm at right now?
Yeah. Do you think he can get there?
Yeah. I'm
Thank you,
nowhere.
sir.
I haven't made barely any progress.
Okay.
Honestly. No, honestly, I can't understand anything.
What is your goal? Like conversational
Conversation,
level?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, beyond just where are the bathrooms, you know?
Where's the class?
Yeah. Like, I say, where are the bathrooms? See, that is an example of L2 influence there.
What is L2?
So in French you say L2 is like language 2, right? Like French. You say où sont les toilettes? Fuck, that's not right. Où sont les toilettes? Yeah, that's like where are the toilets, literally. But that's how you ask where's the bathroom.
I see.
So I said where are the bathrooms? But that's because I was thinking of French.
Right.
There you go. See it?
Is that
working?
That's like a thing, right? I find myself doing that sometimes also, where it's like you have the thought in English, right? And then you try and do direct translation instead of the more common saying. And that's one of the things that I want to improve through this like conversational, because a lot of things, I feel like with me having spoken Chinese at home for quite, like whenever I was at home with my parents, I have enough grasp that I feel like if I was plopped down in China or Taiwan, I could get by, but I would sound like an alien because the thoughts I would have, I would then like direct translate, and they wouldn't be what normal like natural language people that are speaking Chinese, how they would say it. And that's one of the things I want to learn, right? Like how are you actually supposed to say it naturally, like that same meaning, instead of having this jank direct translation that will make you stick out like a sore thumb among everybody else. So that is that. And yeah, do you have any plans after I've said this to actually try and go on language exchange?
We'll definitely see.
We'll see if this is something. It might be nothing changed again, but
like
something changed.
This is a definite we'll see.
Definite we'll see. All right. Let's move on from the French topic. We made it back in person from the previous episode.
Yahoo!
How was your flight here, if you can even remember there? I know it was a chaotic time, at least when you landed and then you came here.
Oh man, we haven't had a podcast since then?
We haven't.
That's crazy.
For reasons.
Yeah, we had a similar situation. We had an OS project.
Didn't you go to sleep didn't you have like 3 hours of sleep again before your flight that night? I remember you went to sleep very late.
Did I?
That's what I recall.
Yeah, I did go to sleep very late over the winter break. I had a very strange sleep schedule, like 4, 5, 6 in the morning every night. So that could be a possibility. And I don't know what I did that day.
See, this is the issue with doing these podcasts so late, because now we forget.
Yeah.
We forget, right?
Completely forgot. Well, I mean, I very vividly remember what happened after the flight. Because we had an OS project due, and it would not work. I mean, it worked, right? But it would not turn in. So I was just like sitting there in the Uber, trying to figure everything out with my hotspot. And then the guy stopped at a red light. And he was like, one on center, right? And I was like, yep. I wasn't really paying attention, right? So I thought, we're here. So I packed up my stuff and I started getting out of the car. And the guy was like, no, wait. Yeah, so that was embarrassing.
But then you made it.
Then we made it, yeah. So then we finally made it to the actual destination.
Everything finally fixed within like the last 10 minutes before the deadline.
Mm-hmm. Everything always works out.
Everything always works out.
Yeah.
Everything always works out.
I have never not been fine.
Never not been fine. Another thing about Pittsburgh, we've had the winter storms lately.
In Texas too.
Oh really?
They got some snow. Yeah.
Did you have it during the winter break?
No, it was just this past week.
Yeah. Well,
it was colder than here.
Oh, it was literally worse than here.
No, I don't know about worse thing, but like they got some snow. Like it was cold.
Okay.
Got down to like 15 degrees, something like that. 10 even.
Yeah, makes sense. Your new classes for this semester, how are they going? First impressions of the 3 classes that you're taking. You have OS, and
It's like it's really just OS, and I can't remember the other shit. It's like
computer security and bug catching.
I spent 8 hours doing an extremely simple computer security problem.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say bug catching because I know you had troubles with like the very first.
The bug catching, all my problems are we're trying to get the thing to work, like the editor. I have to do that homework also. But no, oh man, it was just 213, but like more, you know, attack lab. And I couldn't do it for some reason.
Was it supposed to be like a warm-up project assignment?
It was the checkpoint to the first homework, so yes.
Oh. So you still have to do like the
actual one.
The actual one.
Where it's actually different than 213, not the exact same thing. They do some crazy stuff though. They like randomized addresses and stuff. It's like you have to get around that somehow.
You took this class because it's fulfilling the computer systems concentration, but it's also supposedly not as bad in terms of workload and hours. How do you feel about that so far?
Yeah, I mean it's probably pretty accurate.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it's that bad. It's chill, you know.
Good.
But
Professor, do you like him?
Yeah, okay. He's okay. He's a good lecturer, I guess.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? What I don't like is that everything's required, like attendance and everything. They have participation questions, and you have to go to
get them
recitation.
correct, or you just have to answer them.
There's two. There's quiz questions and participation questions. Quiz questions you have to get right, and I get every single one of them wrong all the time. So
that's tough.
Yeah, that's good.
Are they done in class?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a piazza thing. They're like, okay, guys, take out your phones.
You answer on piazza.
Yes. So it's tough. And then you have to go to recitation too, and they have like an actual activity that requires brain power.
Oh.
They have to solve with the group.
Hey, you get to meet new people.
Yeah, that's
make
good.
new friends.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Except it's remote, so
Oh really? Yeah. Are they gonna do it in person?
There was an in-person option.
But no one does it.
Well, I don't know. I didn't go because I was doing the easy problem that I couldn't figure out. Oh man.
Are the recitation parts part of the participation grade?
I don't actually know. It's part of some grade, yes.
Well,
I guess it must be participation, right? It can't be anything else.
Well,
probably participation.
That's tough. I guess the checkpoint was more important.
Yeah.
Higher.
Actually, not at all. It was 10 out of 125 times 6, which is
10 points.
10 out of 150.
Oh, 125. 125 times 6 is not 150.
Is it not?
125 times 6.
Sorry, 25 times 6.
Oh, okay.
25 times 6.
Yeah, that's
See,
so
you can tell I have 3.5 hours of sleep.
You're a bit woozy.
Yeah, so it's less than 1% of the homework, and the homework is whatever percent of my grade.
Less than 10%.
Yeah, so...
well...
Yeah, sorry, less than 10%. I can't say anything. So it's like a tiny fraction of my overall grade that I just bashed my head for no reason.
That's okay. Now you're prepared for the actual remaining 140 points, right?
Prepared, yeah. In quotes.
Everything has always... What was the saying?
It's the variations, honestly.
Everything has not been fine or something like that.
Everything has not been fine. I don't think it's that one.
The double not. Everything has not been fine. There you go.
I've never not been fine.
Bug catching?
Bug catching's it's just pretty chill.
Big chill?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I don't know. I only look at the homeworks like the night before it's due. So it's always
that chill.
It's
literally
like,
just the night before it's due.
Well, no. I mean, it's like it's kind of anxiety inducing, you know, because you never know what you're gonna get. Like,
right. So, are you gonna fix that? Change your ways.
It's hard because once you get behind, it's like you're constantly catching up. Because I have homework due in 2 days now, right?
Yeah.
And I have to read the lecture notes and comprehend, and I have to get a head start on well, not a head start. I have to catch up in OS, right? Because I got no idea what's been going on. So,
I think everybody.
I think he's already. I think he's assigned half the textbook already for reading.
Oh. Don't worry, I haven't been reading the textbook either.
So
it's just too much, man. It's too much.
And it's only 3 classes too. I mean, I have really no excuse.
You really don't.
I'm not even learning my French that much. It's like,
Yeah. You have no excuse. Like these situations that you put yourself in, where you're doing things last minute, right?
mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like
I think I might have some kind of like attention deficit disorder.
self-induced.
Or something. Because I can't focus on things for too long. Unless I really have to. Actually, I don't think it's a disorder, because if I really have to, I can do it. So I don't know what it is. Because my mind just like starts wandering. If it doesn't matter, and by matter I mean like due in the next hour, right? Then I've just,
You're in lava land.
I'll read a sentence or two, not even a whole paragraph, like a sentence or two, and then it's like, I wonder what's going on in Ukraine. Who's Jimmy Hoffa again?
That's important. Jimmy.
Yeah. Saint-Tropez? Where is that? So.
All the callbacks. That's good.
No, not all of them. Also, 1906,
Oh, yeah.
April 18th, 5:12 in the morning.
That's a good connection to the last class. Operating
systems, the big kahuna, the one that occupies the.
It didn't even take you that
top of
long
mind.
for this project. You fucking churned it out in like 2 days.
This is the way, Patrick. This is how it is.
Well, this may be how it was for P0 and P1. We're not doing that for P2.
You're right.
Okay?
We are not. Correct.
I'm establishing that.
Oh,
We're not doing that
yes,
for P2.
Yes, fine. We'll start on the day it is.
You have that stupid grin on your face where you're like, haha, I'll agree, but then I'm not actually going to.
No, we have to. No, it's true. It's
Hopefully you're saying that for real,
Mhm.
because we definitely gotta,
Mhm.
We're not doing it until the last couple of days. And I expect a more fair distribution compared to like 418.
What do you mean compared to 418?
Well, I don't know. There's stories about the final project.
Are there?
Yeah,
None that I'm aware of.
from the other person who is doing the final
Who's
project.
spreading rumors about me?
Careful, you're gonna alienate our
I'll leave you.
our podcast listeners. I'm just saying. Okay, OS, the professor, what do you think of him? Give me your first impressions right now.
He's an interesting guy. I don't think he's that bad, honestly. Honestly, truly, I don't think he's that bad. He's kind of funny. Like, if you really dig deep, He's
If you
really look at his words and like squint a little, it's kind of funny. But unfortunately, that's at the expense of being comprehensible in any sense at all.
That's true.
I
don't know. I'm just being petty. Like his teaching is definitely not the worst there is. It's probably on the higher end. It's just very fast,
think it's because there's a lot of content.
Yeah, that's true. And he also uses a lot of, as you were saying, like words where it's not exactly the clearest way you could say stuff.
Right, and it's not even like obscure.
And he goes on
words.
tangents too.
Yes. Yeah. So you say that it's like a lot of content. Right?
1906. Or was it 1910? What?
No, it was 1906. April 18th, 1906, 5:12 in the morning.
All right. Exactly. That's he just included that, right?
For no reason. Yeah. We say we have all this content, but at the same time, we have enough time for this.
Yeah, there was like 2 minutes he spent on that.
So I don't know.
I don't know. He's fast, and I don't know. We'll have to see as the class continues. We'll keep a running tally of our thoughts about the professor, about the course, about everything regarding this. When you were talking about having difficulties, like unless it's really due, like within an hour or so. Did you have like the same difficulty in high school, middle school? Or did you think you were more focused then?
I don't know. I mean, high school.
It probably didn't test you as much, like
Yeah,
the
high school
homework
from
and
like
stuff.
sophomore year. Well, that's right. But high school in general. Yeah, I don't. I never really had to do anything that difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, that's sure.
like yeah,
Relative to
nothing really required your attention for more than 30 minutes, unless it was a big project, like Amstud. In that case,
like making all those, what was it, like 70
the what
cultural
entries,
references,
the blog posts.
Yeah, blog posts.
I can't believe they made us do that. That's like what the hell, man.
Your teacher probably like.
Yeah, they got rid of it. They binned it.
Oh,
next
fuck.
year.
That's
Yeah,
sad.
actually, one of the teachers quit. Probably because everybody hated her so much.
Was it the old one or the young one?
Well, I mean, neither of them were old.
Older
The
one.
older one, yeah. Not the one that was fresh out of high school or whatever. College.
Fresh fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't have the same difficulties. Well, it's just that those environments doesn't relative to here at CMU, right? It doesn't. CMU is special in that way, I guess, or college in general. But it seems like CMU has a very intense work stuff as well. So
yeah.
you could.
I always think this, right? But then I always think I'm just being dumb. Like, is it really that hard? Like, you do it, and then it's like, wow.
Then you have time afterwards instead of time before, which is worth more to you. Apparently, you figured that out already. You know which one is
because
play
I don't
first.
know, man. Like, I feel like because in high school I had some smart friends,
Yeah.
And so I think, because they don't go to CMU, right? They go elsewhere.
In high school, I had smart friends. I don't have any smart friends
No,
anymore.
I mean, I have smart friends here too, but yeah, I'm thinking if you took them and you put them at CMU, how would they do? And I think they would have done very well. I think they wouldn't have found the classes as difficult as I'm finding them now. And that's like that is a great source of I don't know what the word is, some negative emotion. It is a great source of some negative emotion for me. No, it's not shame, but
sadness.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I'm a bit disappointed in myself.
Disappointed.
Yeah. I'm a bit disappointed in myself.
Have you ever thought about?
And that's kind of weird. Wait. I'm disappointed in myself because I find work hard.
Well, work is supposed to be hard.
Yeah, I feel like
some work.
I don't know. I wish I were smarter.
Fuck, man.
That's a callback to the first episode, yeah?
Yeah.
How do you define intelligence?
Uh-huh.
Not me.
Well,
And if you go back, I said that in the first episode. That's the only thing I remember from the podcast, yeah.
I don't remember if it was the first one, but
Maybe it wasn't the first one.
It's
It's
one of the earlier ones.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever thought about, like, you were talking about these classes at CMU, they were difficult, right? Have you ever thought, what if you weren't here at CMU and you'd gone to UMich instead?
Mm-hmm.
You ever thought about that alternate reality?
Yeah. No, even worse. What if I had gone to UT Austin and I was in the same classes as those smart people?
Uh-huh.
And I took them and I found out that I'm in fact stupid and inferior to them. See, at least now I'm like, I go to CMU, it's really hard.
You're insulated from
Trust me, yeah. If I were over there, I'd be exposed as a fraud to everyone. It's a blessing in disguise, really.
Or maybe the UT Austin content would be...
No, it's
manageable.
the same. It's the same stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, the slides say CMU on them.
Do they have an OS counterpart as well?
Yes, it's called OS.
Save slides.
I don't know.
Eckhart is gonna be mad if that happens, huh?
No, I don't think it's the same one.
Funny joke, professor being anal about the redistribution of everything.
Yeah, why, honestly?
I mean, I understand it. It's just he takes it.
No, I don't understand it.
Oh, you don't?
Why should it be that you can't distribute the...
I don't know, but it seems like all professors do this. Like, they
Yeah,
don't want
why-
their stuff
Why?
all over.
It
They want it to
learning,
be contained.
It's learning for the masses, isn't it?
I know, but they don't care about that. They want to be elite. They're professors.
No, but that's not valid reasoning, right? Why? I don't actually understand.
Well, I think that's valid reasoning for certain professors. Maybe some embrace that learning for all, and they make it very easy, right? Accessible for students. Think Anil Anand. Dude, you know, I was talking with a friend who's taking 251 right now, and I was espousing about how accommodating Ada was when we took it. Remember when the lecture time, 8 a.m. Eastern time. I was on the West Coast. That would have been 5. But he was so accommodating that he decided to do a second lecture of the same stuff the following day on like the Wednesdays. That was at night, right? For people in different time zones.
Mm-hmm.
What other professor is gonna do another lecture just like that?
Yeah, true.
Accommodating, and there are professors that don't follow that mentality, and I think honestly the majority, maybe I don't know majority. That's a tough ask. There are definitely professors that don't like that, and I think Eckhart is one of them as well. You know, they want to keep it very contained.
I don't understand why that's the case. Why? What is so bad if somebody who's interested in operating systems happens upon your lecture and learns something?
I wonder how he would freak out if he found out somewhere online, like he found his slides or like a video.
Who knows? I mean, you think he's shy? He sounds like it. He said today in lecture that he's very shy.
No, I thought that was sarcastic. Because then he was saying public speaking.
No, I don't think he was being sarcastic. I think he said he's shy, so he became a professor. I mean, and then he became a professor, right? And then he got better at public speaking.
Maybe. Well,
yeah, okay, maybe. If that's not the case, then I don't have a plausible explanation for why it would be so horrible for his stuff to be out on the internet.
Okay, well, if there's no solution to the problem, there's no
There's
problem. All the callbacks coming through here. You were talking about your recitations that you go to for computer security. I mentioned meeting new people. You haven't actually really done that though because you said it's online, right?
Correct.
I had the first in-person recitation for Nature of Language, one of the classes that I'm taking. What's funny is for our first in-person recitation, the same week, there's like 3 TAs. One of the TAs had like an interview or something, so she or he canceled their recitation. So those students like split up into the other 2 TAs' recitations, right? So our first in-person recitation, we have a pretty small enough room in Porter Hall. And then now we have another like 50%. It's like 150% our normal class capacity. And so it was very stuffed in this room. There was like
COVID, huh?
Yeah, and then one of the kids was like, I don't know, like, can we move to a bigger room? I don't know how serious CMU's taking all this COVID stuff, but I mean, look at this. Like, he literally mentioned it, and the TA was like, I mean, yeah, I understand your concerns, but this is what we have. There's nothing really we can do. But that happened. There's people out there that are expressly concerned about COVID. The main point I was bringing up the recitation is that I met, we had like a group activity. I talked with some people. One of the people in my activity group is a freshman in CS, and she's currently taking 150, and she has the professor, Michael Erdmann, and this was an interesting note. Apparently, nobody knows what Erdmann looks like in her class because he teaches class wearing sunglasses, a hat, and a mask.
Why?
As in to hide his face. And with the online teaching, like the first 2 weeks, apparently he wore a mask and like did the same obfuscation to try and hide himself.
Why?
I don't know. When she said that, I wanted, because I know what he looks like, right? We've seen him. So I was like,
You wanted to describe him, but you couldn't.
yeah, so no, I wanted to do that, but I also want to look online because surely there was a
No,
picture.
yeah, there's nothing.
There's no pictures.
The only
Now-
picture is him like facing
on the,
away.
I know,
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
kayak, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember that when we like first took the class, right? And we were like looking at the professors and shit. We couldn't find like a picture of what he looked like. Well, I couldn't find it when I was like doing a little research. So, maybe he is unlike about his teaching, like Eckhart. He's very uptight about his image being on spread around. Yeah, that was very interesting that I learned that he's doing such lengths to like hide himself.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wonder if he does that in his office.
So when someone walks in, I don't even know who he is. I don't know, like that would have been very weird if he did it during our semester when the mask is like not common. At least there's like components that are common now, right? So I don't know. Interesting philosophy.
It's a blessing in disguise.
I get the joke. Why is it a blessing though?
Well, for him, it's if he wanted to. Yeah.
Okay. It's all right. That's all.
Yeah,
that was all
pretty
right.
good,
That was all right.
3.5 hours of sleep made that.
Listen, listeners, if you thought that joke was funny, you can comment it down below, and we can get a gauge of how people really think of Elan's 3.5 hour humor. Let's see some other things. So these first couple of weeks. Oh, one thing that comes up every now and again. So whenever I talk to this has been like a more recent thing because we're like juniors now. But lately, sometimes when I talk with my parents, they'll bring up, "Oh, have you looked into grad school? These grad programs, blah 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 blah, GREs, blah blah blah." What are your thoughts on grad school? And also, have your parents ever like tried to?
My dad has been telling me to go get an MBA after working for exactly 2 years since I was like a junior in high school.
Shit.
Go to Harvard, please. Thank you.
That's what he said?
Yeah. Some top high school, whatever.
Okay.
Harvard, Penn.
Does he have an MBA?
No. He has a PhD in petroleum engineering.
Okay.
What do I think? I have no thoughts. I mean, my parents' goal for me is to make as much money as possible. That is like the heuristic that they're chosen to follow. Fine.
For you or for themselves?
For I guess everyone. I don't know. I mean, like
Okay.
money is a means to happiness. It's their philosophy. That's
yeah, that's fair.
So obviously, don't do things that impede upon your happiness. But yeah, I think.
Do you have a desire to go to grad school? I guess no.
I mean, more colleges. It sounds like fun.
Really? Okay.
What I found. I mean, I don't know if real work is like
More fun.
what I've done in the past, but I do not enjoy. I much prefer this. I much prefer 11:30 p.m. rushing to get an assignment done than whatever it is I had before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know why. Maybe it's probably because I've done it my whole life, but I love it. Unfortunately, I'm like built for school.
This is like a you're like a junkie, and this is your fix that you get. You get the dopamine rush from these bad
I love
habits.
school. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's the nobody's watching over me. You know,
Yeah.
I can do whatever the fuck I want as long as I get the thing done. You know,
I mean,
eventually.
won't that kind of often translate in like a work environment as long as you get it done?
No, because they want consistent progress, and my progress is anything but. My progress is literally 0, and then it spurts up to 100, and then it goes back down to 0. Unless it's French. So
That's consistent. There you go. Something changed.
Yeah. So, but that's like, unfortunately, that also leads to extremely low quality work.
Sure.
I have never produced anything that is high quality in school.
Have you ever been proud of anything you made?
No.
Shit.
Yes.
Yes.
I had Pinterest.
Alright.
Did I say Pinterest before? It doesn't matter. Okay.
I think the past few episodes, like when you were there, you tried to obfuscate it, and now, see, it just comes out.
Yeah. So
either way,
that was.
Did you work consistently, or did you? I thought you did like the same kind
I went to Hawaii for a week.
I know. So at least it still produced something that you're proud of, right?
Yeah. I was more consistent. There were like daily meetings when I had to, say things, and there's the weekly stand up and this and that. So, how it is.
Yeah.
And they like demonstrated regular intervals of progress. It was funny. So I had this rebase hell going on. You know what Git rebase is, right?
You explain to the listeners.
Yeah, so Git is...
Very technical stuff coming.
Okay, well, everyone knows what Git is, and by everyone I mean Gus knows what Git is. So, and actually, I'm willing to bet Gus already knows what rebase is.
We actually have... Remember on Saturday, we have another listener, apparently, who also listens.
Who?
Herdesh.
Oh, yeah.
The other friend.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Herdesh, if you're listening to this, leave a comment.
The big test. Okay.
Yes. Because if you're not, then you're a fraud. We're gonna call you out.
Don't put this in a clip, okay? Yeah.
Don't put this in a clip. Okay?
Or you can clip what this is about the Git or whatever, but cut this part out.
Why would I do a clip about Git rebase? It was fucking boring shit. All right, go ahead. Git rebase.
So I had like So basically my entire summer project, right? I checked in like on the last week. Yeah. The entire thing. Okay?
Oh, like you didn't commit anything?
So I had committed things.
But you hadn't
But I hadn't submitted them. Now, the problem is everything built upon each other itself, right? And I had incredible foresight to plan everything out, and so I had some nice stages of development. But I would be like, this is actually not that great. So I wanted to change something, but really I should have changed it before. And so I would rebase. I'd go all the way back, change it, and then cascade these changes up the commit change, right? And so
rebase, it allows you to go to a previous commit, make the changes, and those changes will...
Rebase is amazing.
Okay.
Interactive rebase, this is what it's called. It's like a -I flag or whatever. You can do anything. You can create new commits before your commit, right? You can splice commits or something. You can get rid of commits. You can do all kinds of things. You can just rewrite history. Basically, but actually, I'm pretty sure that's what it's like.
You get to be stalled.
Described as.
Yeah.
So. No, it's good. It's actually really cool. But anyway, I really wanted to get this code checked in, but it's for some reason I couldn't do it. I don't remember why. There was some reason. My mentor wouldn't review it. Maybe because it was too big or something. I had to put it up more. Yeah, and so on the last week, Monday, my mentor was like, "Okay, we're going to get this stuff done," and so he set up a meeting at I think like 7 or 6 p.m. my time, and we just sat there until 11 p.m. going commit by commit, submitting everything, as though I had done it. I mean, I did do it over time, but it was like one big blop. But it was like recorded, you know. Each commit was its own separate thing, and so it was like small incremental changes, but all at once.
But it all summed up to something that are you proud of the final product, or was it like more of the incremental development over the summer that you did?
Well, the thing is, I don't even think it's in production at the moment. What I wrote, it's like still, I don't know. I mean, as of whenever, it was not in production. So who knows if it is now. But the thing I did was pretty cool, and you know, it was like I had to get a really deep understanding of how the whole thing that my team runs on worked, and then I extended it, you know, and that's like cool. Like my team had a product, right?
Yeah.
And
you made a new feature.
Yeah, I added a feature to the product. It required a thorough understanding of everything that went on, and the primary file of the project I edited. That was like cool, you know. But and that was like the first edit in like months in that part of the file. It was like good.
That's cool.
I could see everything.
At least you have something, right? That you could.
But am I really proud of it? I mean, I'm like, it's like cool work, but I mean, nobody's using it, right?
Okay.
So what's the point? Maybe it wasn't that good. Maybe it kind of sucked.
Are you proud of anything that you've done? It doesn't have to be work, like academic. Do you have anything that like stands out? Was your life just moment to moment, stringing along, getting by, nothing really standing out here?
Have you ever done anything you're proud of, Patrick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice deflection. I think my YouTube channel, there's a couple videos and projects that I did that I'm pretty proud of. Some where I had actual time frames. Well, not actual time frames, but it was like self-imposed. I was like, I need to finish this within a week, like start to finish, and I did it. And that is something. I feel like the best thing that makes me proud of something is when I set the goal, and the goal is like tough but attainable, and then I do it, and then I actually complete it. Like I actually did it, and it feels good. And I did that. That happened with a couple of the videos I made on my YouTube channel, because I had goals, I had visions, and then I executed. And pretty proud of what I did there. Academically, I don't know. All the work just blends together. I was gonna say my fucking my 112 project. I mean, that, even thinking about it right now, that term project thing, it's actually still kind of crazy. Like at the beginning, I really didn't know anything about programming, and then you create within 3 weeks, more of like 2 weeks and a half, a whole thing, and it's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm necessarily proud, because really, it looks cool, but I mean, fuck, it's not the greatest. Yeah, I would say a lot of the stuff on my YouTube. I think the podcast is something it's getting up there. Not quite there yet, but it's something that I've been very dedicated to, in that I put effort into it. Doing editing and trying to make it seem like an actual complete product. Yeah.
Yeah, all of those things have a common thread, that it was, something that you had set out to do yourself. I have never once in my life set out to do something on my own.
Yeah.
I've never created anything.
Well, okay, how about this? Like your fitness, like gym, going to the gym. That's like a goal you set
It's
yourself.
extremely close-ended. So
What does that mean?
Like, this is a solved problem. I am following a plan that somebody else has written for me. You know, all I have to do is follow the algorithm.
Okay, but you're doing that, right? And you've committed to it as well, right? You could see like progress from it in actual games.
True. Yes.
I guess that doesn't necessarily imply something that you're proud of.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
progress.
are you proud of the progress that you've made?
Am I proud? I mean, no, I can't even bench 2 plates. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
You can bench 200.
2 plates? No.
I know, but 200.
200 probably.
That's a
a
small feat.
It's a novice lift. They call it novice lift, bro.
Okay, but that's among like the top, right?
No, I mean,
Compare
it's
yourself
like
to the average
Dude,
person.
I mean, combined. Like, I've taken like months long breaks from benching. You know, months long. And I've only been benching for like 2 years, so that's like like 40% of my benching career has been nothing. So I think I would call it a novice lift. I think that's the most apt name for it.
Okay.
No, I don't think I'm proud of my fitness attainment. Yeah. All that was to say that I think I'm a natural born follower. I can't do anything unless somebody tells me to do it. And unfortunately, I think I've already said this actually.
Yeah,
on the
you
podcast.
Natural born
Unfortunately, this world does not take kindly to followers.
I think leaders are rewarded more, but followers can still do very well. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think I can be proud of anything that I accomplished as a follower.
Well,
So I have 2 irreconcilable aspects to my being, I guess.
well, maybe in the future there'll be opportunities you can be proud of. I don't know. Finally getting your first relationship, or having a kid. I don't know why they're all relationship related. What other like goals, common goals,
do
are
people
people
have?
proud of? Buying a house, yeah. That's something that people are often proud of, right? It's like,
buying a house.
yeah, attaining property,
Wow.
getting a dream job. Do you have a dream job, Oliver?
No, I do not have a dream job.
You're a follower. There must be somewhere that you want to follow. Some person.
No, I mean that's the thing, right? I'm a follower that doesn't want to be a follower, right? It's kind of sad. I can't sit down and do something. You know, it's like what? Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you sat down, tried to learn French. Do you think you're at least semi-proud of your
That's
French
what I've done so
progress?
far in French, but the 0 French that I can actually speak, no, I'm not proud of that.
How about your progress with the flashcards? That's something, right?
It's a bit meaningless, right?
All right, man. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah,
Just
I understand. No, I mean,
spitball
it's
some
like,
ideas, you know?
no, I don't think.
Okay, well, if you don't think you have it yet, it'll be there in the future.
That's what they always say. I don't think that's true. I don't think I'm guaranteed to have something that I'll be proud of. I think I can die a very sad man. Sad and disappointed.
Shit, man.
I think it's like entirely possible. That I
It's entirely
accomplish-
possible. It's probably improbable.
I don't even think that's true. I think it's entirely, I think it's even likely, you know?
Likely.
Likely that I will go live my whole life doing nothing of note.
Well, I think most people do that. It
Yes,
doesn't have to be of
That's why
note.
it's
Well, okay, it doesn't have to be of note. Just something that you are proud of, right? That you.
if it's not of note, if it's not noteworthy, is it really something to be proud of?
Okay, I when you're saying of note, that kind of the implication that I got was that it's like of note to society or something.
No, who cares?
Of note to yourself.
Yeah, I mean noteworthy, like cool, wow,
Yeah,
you did that.
I think there's definitely.
But vast majority of people don't do anything like that. Okay, cool, wow, you.
No,
did
I
that.
think they find things, like even it could be relatively mundane, but they find it noteworthy because it's special to them, or something like that. And I'm sure you're gonna find something like that.
Gee, thanks.
We'll get there. You'll I'll show you this podcast clip when we get to that part.
10 years from now.
10 years from now? Yeah, well, look at that. So optimistic within 10 years. I was thinking maybe when you're
I was thinking
70,
I was going to be like old and gray in 10 years from now. I can't even fathom living to the next 5 years, bro. It's like...
Fucking hell. Well, when you were talking about Pinterest, it reminded me that I got... we're back in the... I was temporarily transported back into the internship mindset because I had some information from my summer thing about some next steps. Have you heard anything from Optiver?
Yeah, they finally gave us the dates last
that
week.
you could choose for start, end?
You cannot choose.
Okay.
They just gave us the dates. They're like, here are the dates, guys. We finally figured it out.
Is it 10 weeks?
10 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in the middle of summer. So I've got a couple weeks before to do whatever. Maybe go to the Maldives, actually, though.
The Maldives. Where is that? The Maldives?
Maldives, southwest of India,
Uh-huh.
in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah. Are you, did they tell you any additional interesting information about what you'll be doing, the project?
There's project matching that happens next month, I think.
Okay.
And then, we're also going to Chicago. They're flying us out in
For like a pre-event?
Yeah. Oh, I think I was supposed to RSVP. Oops.
Congratulations.
Thank
Put
you
it in
for-
your Google Calendar.
Thank you for reminding me.
Is Optiver the one that had that, the trip to Florida? Or that was Citadel?
That was Citadel. Yeah.
Does Optiver have any planned excursions in the middle of the...
Probably not to some exotic place. I don't think that would be.
I don't know. Is Florida an exotic place? I guess you could.
I mean, can you imagine flying out your entire intern class to Florida for a week?
Yeah.
I would count that as exotic, maybe. But,
Well, I was saying the destination itself, like Florida.
yeah, I mean exotic in the sense of like
Special.
special, yeah,
Sure.
different, unusual,
Speaking of states, in the United States that are exotic, are there any states?
Okay, I'm gonna rant about French a little bit actually right now.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a 90-degree turn.
Because speaking about states, they have this word. They have multiple words for in, right? And they all mean in. We were talking about like many to one mappings or whatever earlier. Like we have one word so like goes to many. The word in is like super. If I'm in a country, okay. So for example, in France, right? We would say en France, en, right? That's one word.
Yeah.
En, okay. Now, if I am in a feminine country, yeah, you say en. If you are in a masculine country, that is singular and starts with a vowel, you also use en. Okay. Now, if you are in a masculine country that does not start with a vowel, then you use o. Okay. Similar but different. O. Now, if you have a masculine country that is plural, you use o also, except this time it's spelled with an X at the end. And there's this thing called liaison, where if the word is a masculine country that starts with an A or with a vowel, then you pronounce the X as a Z. For example, the United States is les États-Unis, right? États-Unis. So if you were in the United States, you would say aux États-Unis. Okay? Aux. All right? So now we have three words for in. Okay, and this is just with countries. Say you're in a sort of subnational entity, you know, like a region, right, or a province or a state. Okay, if you are a feminine region, what does that even mean? If you are in a feminine region, wait, sorry. Okay, never mind. Let's not worry about that. If you're in a feminine region, right, you also use en, similar to the country. Okay, en. But if you're in a masculine region, all right, instead of using o or o, you use dans le. Two words.
Two words.
Two words. Dans le.
Dans,
which is D-A-N-S, of course it ends with an S, and le, right? In the. Now this is the case unless it is Texas, all right? Unless you are Texas, in which case you use o as though it is a country. Also Quebec. Quebec you use o as though it is a country.
why Texas? There's like
I don't know.
there's a specific thing for Texas.
Specifically for Texas you use o.
Where did you figure this out? For Texas?
I read it. I read it somewhere. Okay.
Are you sure that's real?
Yes,
for
it's
Texas?
real. It's real. It's real.
Have you talked to Texas French speakers? Like what?
This is true. Okay, there's a Wikipedia page, by the way. There's a Wikipedia page.
So of course it's
for no. There's a Wikipedia page that tells you which in word to use for each state.
there's different ones for United States, like
for each state, yeah. You know, well, so I mean,
well, it's because like they start with a vowel.
Yeah. You have to because it's not deterministic. Which one is going to be masculine or feminine? You can't just like look at the word and know. Like Spanish. In Spanish, it's easy. If it ends in an A, it's like probably feminine. If it ends in an O, it's probably masculine. If it's an E, it's kind of a toss-up. But in French, it's like, you don't know. It's like La Belgique, it ends with an E. La France, it ends with an E. Le Mexique, it ends with an E, but it's masculine for some reason. Right? So you say en Mexique, but en France, who knows, right? Who knows what you're supposed to use? Okay, I'm not done yet, by the way. Sorry. So we have subnational regions. Okay, you use o or dans le or en. Okay, you have three words for it. So now we have o, en, and dans le. This is four words for in. Okay. Now if we have a city, right? A city is a. Okay. You say a with the backwards tick. Okay, above it. À Paris, okay? À Dallas, right? À Pittsburgh. This is also means in. So we now have five words for in, right? If it is a well, I guess then you have the right? So for anything sub-city, it's also but usually we have the vowel, or not the vowel, the article. So you say like the apartment, so in the apartment, right? You would say aux appartements, right? Then we come back to our old friend au with the X at the end. So it's a complete clusterfuck, this language. We have like 6 words for in. Anyway, back to states. What were we saying?
I could tell that was really eating you from the inside. How did you learn this? Like, this is not a flashcard thing.
Yes, this was Quizzic. This is why I'm telling you, the Quizzic would have been much better than Duolingo for premium, because...
So they teach, like, grammar stuff?
They teach grammar stuff.
Damn.
And, like, French people, they have, like, the switch statement, like, hardwired in their brain.
The switch statement.
They just know.
Damn, they've got the compiler optimizations for that shit. Damn. Well, I mean...
That's like, man. What were we talking about with the States?
I mean, that was you must have been thinking about that for quite a while. Like, how did that just...
weeks. It's been eating away at me.
Okay.
And I just needed any excuse.
This is your French safe place now. Like, you can espouse any frustration. Do you have any other frustrations with
the French language? Oh, there's too many to count. I think we should move on, or we'll be here forever.
Okay, why don't, to balance out the frustration, why don't you say one thing you like about French? Right?
All the words are like the exact same as English.
Okay, that doesn't really say much about French.
Well, I like it though. That's makes it very easy to do my flashcards.
Alright, sorry French people. I mean, it doesn't really say much about your language.
Oh, did I tell you how to say chopsticks in French?
Oh, it was like a baguette, right?
Yeah, you'd say baguettes.
So what was a baguette? Like the actual meaning of a baguette? It's like a stick,
It's
right?
it's like a thin, long thing, like a stick. Yeah, baguette de pain or whatever. I guess it would be pain. I get
Baguette bread.
Yeah, it's like baguette bread. Or baguette chinoise. That's Chinese
baguettes.
sticks. That's what it is. That's what you call chopsticks.
Yay, China! Yay! They own the chopstick, copyright, trademark in French. I mean, what I was saying before.
Damn, they got the numbers too. Oh man.
It seems like it's what's even the point of learning it if it's this frustrating, you know? You should just tell French people when you're there, like,
I hate your language.
use English.
Je déteste ta langue. Wait, ta langue, huh? Ta langue.
And they'll be like, shut your fuck up.
Your stupid face. I don't like.
I don't like.
I don't like your stupid face.
Fucking hell. Okay, we're not gonna. I was gonna ask about the States, but you know that's kind of boring, so we'll move on. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the grad school. Actually, your dad wants you to get an MBA.
Yes.
MBA.
Masters in Business Administration.
Why is he so set on the MBA?
I think it'll make me a lot of money.
Okay.
That's all reasoning ends with that.
Let me ask you this first. Your parents, they're geared. Money is the means to happiness, right?
Well, that's for my dad. I don't know what my mom thinks.
Okay, your dad thinks that.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you agree? Do you follow the same dogma?
I mean, I like money.
All right. Are you motivated to get an MBA then? Because MBAs apparently will help you get more money.
So yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know what trajectory my life is on.
Well,
Because
I
I have
think
to take
it's an upward one, right?
Yeah, on paper at least. No, I don't know, man. Because I have to like take a test, and I mean, I don't know any of my professors. Do you need like rec letters for that stuff? I mean, I
sure. Well, okay. The scenario that your dad was saying is you work for 2 years,
yeah.
so then you can get your rec letters from like
From them, yeah.
bosses and shit.
Fair enough.
You know what's funny? You mentioned rec letters. I was going to apply to be a orientation counselor for next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the application, you need a fucking recommendation letters, and I don't fucking know anyone.
But ask Ali.
No, from like a
professor?
faculty member or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
So sad, man.
See, I don't know anybody. I'm like wasting my resources.
It's just like that fucking the CMU Reddit post. It's like what to make of CMU SCS.
Yeah.
They're like wasting away.
No, I'm not wasting away. I'm wasting the like phenomenal
your
resources.
opportunities.
Yeah.
That's what the.
I'm not doing any
Reddit post is
research.
saying.
I don't know any of my professors. I don't even speak up in class except for one time.
Wait, you did it there. Transactional memory.
Yeah. And he referenced it again.
Now look at that. You made an impression.
I think he was clowning me.
What?
I think he was being sarcastic. He was like, "This is not transactional memory." Because that was like a joke. That was like very clearly not transactional memory.
Like when you asked the question,
Yeah,
or when
both.
you said it.
Both.
Oh, then why? Oh, okay. Did you actually think it was transactional memory, or were you saying? It was a joke?
In 418, we had this lecture. It was titled Transactional Memory. And in that lecture, I quite distinctly remember there was a slide that was titled Load Linked, Load. whatever. It was something store conditional. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's load linked store conditional.
And the same keywords came
Yes,
up.
and the same. I was like pattern match, ding, ding, ding.
That French switch statement is coming into effect now.
And so I raised my hand naturally and asked the question. And he was like, "Ha, no." That was his response. Can you imagine asking a teacher a question? And their response is literally, "Ha, no." and that's not. It was such a stupid question.
I don't think
he brings it up in the very next lecture as a joke.
He brings it up as a joke for the connection. I don't think it's because it was a stupid question. Or it really could be because he's that kind of person who would clown students like that.
I mean, it was kind of a stupid question. It was not transactional. Transactional memory is like complicated.
And that isn't what we learned in lecture?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, transaction, it's like a thing that the thing does. That it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So it does.
If I paid more attention in class, I would be able to tell you more.
Listen, which class are you talking about? 48 hours.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. MBA.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I have to get into school and stuff. That's like the hard part, you know.
That's the hard part, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting into Harvard. That's
Okay.
you can get into what's like the top 5? Wharton. That's one of them,
yeah,
right?
That's Penn, right?
Penn. Yeah, there you go. Following the steps of Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
Become president. Dye your hair.
Start losing your dye his hair.
I don't think so, but it's like, make it orange as well.
Make your hair orange. Make your hair orange and your skin blonde, yeah.
And become a millionaire. Billionaire. There's the distinction.
That's a big number, billion.
Yeah. How do you say that in French? 1 billion?
If I had to take a guess, billion.
Billion.
I can actually guarantee. Okay, Google. How do you say?
Oh shit, we're gonna get Google in here? Okay.
In French, that's chilien. Anything else you want me to translate?
Chilien.
No, that's okay. Thank you, Google. That's enough contributions for this episode. Oh shit.
Ça va.
Fuck off!
C'est assez de contribution.
What?
That's enough. C'est assez de votre.
Is your Google in French now?
No, you just asked it to translate.
I didn't say the
Enough
word
of your
translate.
French time.
Shut up.
Okay.
She understood
if you
me.
ever want to use this again, just say, "Be my French interpreter."
She translated my French into English just now.
Wow.
I'm proud of that.
You've done it. Google accepts you. That's a hard task. Well, okay, I don't know how hard it is with French. My parents, they've spoken English for like fucking 20 plus years. Mm-hmm. And their accent isn't even that bad. Voice recognition still fucking fails all the time whenever my dad tries and says so. So is my mom. So, you've made it, I guess. The accent is there, the pronunciation.
The pronunciation's very hard. Oh, that's the other thing about French, dude. All the letters are pronounced differently. And they have like 10,000 vowels, too.
Yeah.
They got the uhs and the oohs and the oohs and the oohs and the ums and the ums.
It's all over on the IPA chart.
Mm-hmm.
Vowels, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that helps. The IPA helps a lot.
Yeah.
You look at the word and then you hear it and you're like, what the heck? And then you look at the IPA and you're like, oh, that makes sense. That's what they do.
Alright.
Mm-hmm. Like the Y, right? You see the Y yet in your IPA chart?
Yeah, we had a quiz in recitation. That was one of them, and I
Yeah.
forgot where it was on the IPA
It
chart.
is the high front.
High
rounded.
front voiced.
Well, it's a
I
voice.
mean, rounded.
Yeah.
They're all fine.
It's the U. That's a very common sound in French. U.
Well, seems like nature of language really coming in handy now. Very, very good. All right. Well, here's your last chance. Do you still have anything about French that you want to just get out?
Vent out. This is the French episode, huh?
The French episode.
The sounds, yeah. It's a pronunciation, bro. All the sounds. They're like every word, it has 10 homophones that are spelled completely different.
Yeah.
Like cour can mean so many different things. Cour. It can mean like short. It can mean neck.
Neck?
Yeah, it can mean course, like a class, right? A cours d'eau is like a stream of water. Cour. It can mean like a courtyard.
Okay.
All these words are spelled differently, by the way. They're all.
Oh, okay.
But they all pronounce cour. It's just like a million homophones.
Well, that's not exclusive to French, because Mandarin has the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The same pronunciation and tone. And you have like fucking 30 different words. It happens.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I guess it's not so bad.
Yeah, I guess English is good in that regard. Like, the same sound, like the words, it's not that much. It's like,
Actually, though, English spelling is whack.
that's true.
I'm actually super glad that I'm not learning English. Like the words, the letters, like don't correspond to how the word is pronounced at all. Well,
That's only for some.
Only for some things, yeah.
And it's because English is, all over the place with borrowed words, influences from all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
How it goes. Have you ever done any kind of like calling on your iPad, like FaceTime?
Maybe.
Okay. I recently FaceTimed my parents using the new iPad that I have, and I noticed that the iPad has a smart camera in that when you're FaceTiming, you move around and the camera like follows you. It tracks you. It tracks your face.
No way this one has it.
I don't know.
How you have a brand new iPad?
It is like newest.
Okay. Yeah, this was like 2019, I think.
Okay. It's a little freaky. Like because I've always like before this was FaceTiming on my phone. So I could like move around. This shit's just moving around, like following me.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, man, Apple never ceases to impress, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I guess that is a good thing. I was thinking about the freakiness, but it is like actually most people would think it's a good thing because like you move around, you fidget. And
I was just having this problem. I was talking to my parents. I was making dinner. And they couldn't see me because yeah. And then I ended up not making dinner because it turned out that our only serving of beef was bad, and so I ordered pizza instead.
Did you order Domino's?
Yeah.
Yeah, solid. I don't think the range, like the window that has, the visible window that you can move around, is that big. Because I didn't do like huge shifts. It's just like I was in my chair and go like here a little bit or slouch down a bit, and it was following me. So next time you do something on your iPad, you might want to see if it's probably because it's just the newest version, but something to see, something interesting and cool, I guess you could say. When you came back on the flight here, did you experience any people, like, actually, you definitely experienced this. When the flight lands, right? Everybody, like, it's not your turn to get off yet, as in the people in front are still getting off, but everybody's already standing up. And, like,
Dude, I mean, I've just been sitting down for 3 hours, man. Like,
Yeah?
I do it too. I want to.
you do that too?
I mean, occasionally, if there's nobody standing up already.
Okay. Do you get your bags out as well?
No.
Okay. Well, people are doing that as well. It's just something I noticed.
Well, I mean, it's not bad to get your bags. Be prepared to leave. I mean, nobody leaves out of turn. That would be bad. If that
Stampeding across.
Yeah. But I mean, standing up, who cares?
Fair point.
Dude, I want to stand up right now, honestly. Sitting down for...
Okay, let's see you stand up.
Yeah, okay. Hey, guys.
Oh, live on the podcast.
Me standing up.
Oh my god, we're gonna get some spatial audio in this
Yeah.
podcast.
Do I sound
He's
like
moved
I'm
to
in
a
a-
new position.
In a different place now?
Ooh, Elan's stretching.
Oh, that's good.
Nice. He's got his Pinterest.
We did this move in the yoga
Yeah.
yesterday. Oh, man. Well, we were also like this. But,
Fucking hell.
like,
he's,
my arms hurt, dude. I could not keep my arms up.
Elan is doing
Yeah,
a
so
pose
much.
right now. Arms up in the air.
This is called the Warrior 1.
I guess there's a warrior 2.
This is Warrior 2. There's also a Warrior 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How about 4?
I forgot 4.
It's gone.
No, 4 is...
Oh, there's a
4 is
4.
like very strange.
Warrior
I don't
4?
remember.
Okay.
I have to do it again. I'll report back. Oh, nobody knows what that is.
They can look. I'll include some Google images if I remember to do that. We'll see once we get there. Okay. So let's see. You know what? We'll start to wrap it up. Let's do like one last thing that I had. Oh, we were watching Ozark, right?
Mhm.
And inflation. It is ever present nowadays because inflation is like a hot topic right now. It's high rates. And I noticed this when they were talking about a gallon of milk, how much it cost in Ozark.
Mm-hmm.
This was something I noticed because I think like when we watched that video, it was either some day recently that I went out and got milk myself. They said in the show, and this was 2017 when they filmed this, right? Gallon of milk, $3.70. Gallon of milk is like $3.90 now to $4.
Okay, I thought you were gonna
It's
say
not that
something
big.
Insane. I thought.
I know. I set the
I
expectations.
thought you were gonna
right?
say like $7.
But if you think about that, that's like almost 10% jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
From 4 years ago. Is that expected 10% for 4 years? That doesn't sound. I mean, that sounds a little fast.
1.02 to the power of 4. Oh, okay, Google. What is 1.02 to the power of 4?
1.02 to the power of 4 is approximately 1.08.
8%.
Okay.
So,
Around there, yeah. I guess it's not that crazy then. Fuck. I was trying to find a connection there, you know? It was just something I noticed, and I guess it's not actually that indicative of anything right now. There's probably some better food items.
Also,
Or just items in
there's a
total.
lot of price variation across the U.S.
That's true.
Um,
The Ozarks, probably not the most expensive place. Actually, I don't know. Well, yeah, probably not.
Ozarks in not tourist season for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe in tourist season they increase those prices, like Hawaii, you know. I asked, since my sister's boyfriend, he's from Hawaii. I asked, was like, are the food prices there crazy? And then I shouldn't have brought this up because I forgot the answer. Fuck. I was trying.
Well, I went to Hawaii, and I can tell you that the food prices there were pretty crazy. So,
like groceries as well. Well, but you were at a touristy.
No, yeah, we went to a oh yeah, true.
You were in a touristy area. He is not in a touristy area. He's in a place where they live. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I left you all. I fucking blue balled everybody on that one.
Yeah, I go ask him again and
Shit, maybe I will do that.
tell us in the next podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's oh, yeah, here. This is the last thing we'll do. Every other day on Reddit, this is not true. I don't see this every other day, but I've seen it more than 3 times, I think. There's some person complaining about tipping in America because they hate tipping.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah?
Just include it in the bill, please. I don't want to pull out my calculator every time I want to pay my bill. Like, I mean, come on.
What if they provide like the suggested tip already on the receipt?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
But nobody does. Like, I mean, very rarely. Actually, Butter Joint just did that when we ate there.
Yeah.
They put the tip on the. But
Good for them.
Yeah.
Is that just your main grievance? Not like that is an extra charge. It's just like you have to pull out the calculator.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if it's cost. I mean, it already costs more, right? Just like make it like that cost. It's like taxes on the things in the store. You know, you never know how much you're actually going to be paying until you're at the cash register.
Yeah, I can't relate because Oregon has no sales tax, you know?
Phil, Pittsburgh does.
I know. Every time people say that, like, I'm like, can't relate, sorry.
Yeah, well, Texas has no income tax, so.
Well,
Wow.
good for you, buddy. Good for you, man. Get that bread, huh? Yeah, get that bread, speak your Texas French, you know? Do whatever.
You know, they speak French in Louisiana?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, but they still do. I thought it was like dead, you know. But there's like several 100,000 native speakers of French in Louisiana. That's like a dialect of French, Louisiana French.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. It's like alive and I mean not well, but it's alive.
Well, there you go. You can spring break, go down there, practice.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably like very, very bad French.
If you're from Louisiana and you speak French,
Um,
feel free to leave a comment about what you think about
No, it's
that.
bad because it used to be like Quebec, you know, where there was like a very large francophone population.
Yeah. And it's dying out.
And no, it was like an official language, you know, taught in school, up till like 100 years ago, you know. And then they passed some law that was like French bad.
I agree.
Yeah, me too. And so then it became like a language of
Yeah, France bad, now it's France gone.
yeah.
But not quite. Still there.
Yeah. So there was like, I mean, now there's some effort to revive it or whatever, but not so effective. There was in 1960. I forget the number. I think there was 2 million native speakers of French in Louisiana. Millions. That's crazy. It was like Quebec. I mean, can you imagine going to a place in the United States where they don't speak English?
Yeah, aren't there places that already do that with Spanish?
No, but I mean, that's
like they fully don't speak English?
I mean, that's like the language of the place. Like you go there and it's like you're in a different country. You know, it's like all the street signs are in French and whatever.
I see. Yeah. I don't know, like, because when I was the signs and stuff, I don't know, there was a good smattering of like.
Yeah, it's like English, and then like you got the secondary language, you know, like Salido or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, because the area of LA that my sister was in, there was like a very large Spanish speaking.
Yeah, where I come from too, it's like you see Spanish.
Do you see those, like the Spanish?
Yeah, I mean,
the second
lots of things like exit salida. You know, it's like everywhere.
Nice.
Well, unless it's like one of these exit signs.
One of those, the neon ones. That's not neon. The
whatever it is.
The fucking glowing ones.
The red ones.
Yeah. I brought up tipping because, just cause, there's been a trend that I see sometimes where you like order takeout or something, and when you go to pay, they still have the option to do the tip.
I don't tip.
You don't tip. Okay, I don't either. And I always feel semi awkward, especially if the person is like standing right there, and then I'm like, no tip. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, there's no service, but
Yeah, no service, no tip.
Yeah, that's
Well, I
how
mean, they
I
also
think.
made our food. I guess that's technically a service, but
Well, not necessarily. They could just be the cashier.
true. They handed us our food.
You know, you can't really. I don't think that deserves the extra few cents that the tip comes with. Okay, well, why don't we round it off here? Let's wind the show down. Episode 25, right? So we've made it to 25. What do you think about that?
Well, thank you.
25. And one more episode, and we'll hit 26. And we're hoping to do that before, I think, next week or next week. I'll double check which is the first official published date of episode 1. Because then that would signify we have done an average of 1 episode every 2 weeks for a whole year.
That's
We're like coming upon that 1 year anniversary.
that was very front loaded. Must have been. Like, I mean, we've gone whole multiple weeks without doing.
Yeah, that's true. We had a whole like
The
5
winter-
weeks
winter
winter
break.
break. Yeah.
I mean, we were very consistent at the beginning. Man.
Yeah, I guess we just had a few stretches where it was like back to back weeks, and then a 1 week break, and then back to back weeks. So that made up for the places where we didn't have that. And yeah, 26, 25 here, 26 soon. 1 year. I guess we'll leave the 1 year in review for next episode. And we'll talk about we'll leave a little bit of our thoughts about how the podcast goes and stuff like that. So this episode feels good to be back doing an in-person one. Hopefully the listener enjoyed it. Hopefully you had a all right time. I know you're very tired right now.
Yes, I said, well, it's already 2 in the morning, huh? Oh, we just dated the podcast. Oh man, I'll sleep well tonight.
You'll sleep well tonight. There you go. I know I will sleep well tonight as well because I won't have to worry about any 410 and I can work on other things.
I like how they don't release the next homework as soon as the previous one was due. That I really like. You get a couple days of break, you know?
Well, I'm pretty sure most classes don't do that though.
All the classes, I mean, I don't know how, I honestly don't know how.
Like what class does that?
Huh? Like, the release is the next homework the day the current one is due?
Yeah.
Loads of classes.
Okay, give me one.
Well, or like very soon after, like the next day, you know?
Okay, well, this is one extra day.
2 days, yeah. It's like you get a break. I get a whole, like, 48 hours of break.
Compared to 24 hours.
36 hours. Well, I don't think it's 24 hours. I mean...
Okay, well...
Like, 150 would release it, like, before it was even due, you know? You would have 2 homework assignments out at once.
Yeah.
Briefly.
I don't know. It's more mixed for me in that... well, it's mixed in 2 reasons. Like, a lot of the classes I had before, I was thinking, like, 112, they would... I guess it was worse because they had homeworks every week, but then they only give you 5 days because it'd be like due and then 2 days and then the next one or something like that. And I'm also saying mixed because I kind of like it where it at least gives you like, you know, if you want to grind, just finish it out.
No.
Right away.
No.
Okay.
I like that you're not expected to do anything.
Sure, yeah.
Because then you feel guilty.
Well, that's not true. You're expected to do your book report, you know? It started early.
When is that due?
I don't know. And the reason is I checked this. I went on the book report page today, and it still said Friday, December 3rd, which means they haven't updated it from the thing.
Okay, so it's due at the end of the semester.
And I sent an email to the course staff saying,
Oh, come on. I mean, it's due the last day of the semester. It's like
that's not the last day, December 3rd.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Last day of class.
December 3rd?
Yeah,
No way.
I remember.
I refuse to believe. You're probably right. I feel like that was the second to last.
Friday?
Oh yeah, that was probably. The fuck? It ended that early in December?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I flew out December 7th, 8th. Our final was on the 7th, I think. And I flew out on the 8th.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No assignment. We got a break till Wednesday, and then we start. The grind continues. Okay. That was 25. Fun being back in person. We're gonna go sleep.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. See you next week for episode 26 and the 1 year anniversary.
Bye.